Hey everyone, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. You guys know that I come after fathering autism, and I come after fathering autism for good reason. Because they take advantage of their daughter in big ways without her informed consent and will never have her consent. And I've been kind of taking them on for over a year, and I've exposed them for what they are. And I will continue to expose them for their selfish behavior, lavish lifestyle, built all off the back of their daughter who has autism. It's interesting because another one popped up on my radar. But it's sort of early in the process, and I want to kind of show you how this works. And that people will actually use their kids' issues, for whatever you want to call them, whether that be kids with autism, whether that be kids with behavioral issues, whether that just be any kid. But what happens when a kid is introduced into the platform and how it transforms. And so today we're talking about one of those influencers. Let's go. So before we get started, we're going to Tarantino it. We're going to show you the end. And this is a video that they posted. And you guys know how I feel about this type of stuff. As far as showing medical stuff, I actually think that YouTube needs to make that against the terms of service. Not allowed to show kids at the doctor, not allowed to show kids getting injured, not allowed to show any of that stuff because they will never be able to give you informed consent ever to show you those things, okay? And these parents will stop at nothing, and I can't believe that doctors allow this. First of all, for legal reasons, shouldn't be allowed to film inside of a doctor's office at all, and I think a lot of doctors have those rules, and so family vloggers will literally find doctors who will let them film. I kid you not. They will take their kid away from the doctor they're in because the doctor doesn't want them there, and they will force them to go to another doctor who will allow filming. I'm not sure that's the case here, but they're allowed to film inside, and so I want to show you this. This girl's name is Autumn. Okay, I'm not going to show you her face, but I need you to see what they're doing here, and I want you to feel it.
It's okay, it's okay.
So because I have it blurred, they're holding her, she's getting her needle. It's fine. Give your kids their shots, that's it. But the mom's sitting here filming with her camera that needs to be cleaned, by the way, and this girl's screaming.
We'll be over fast.
Title of this video is Doctor Visits Are So Difficult. I'm pausing here because I want to show you that they actually have 3 kids, okay? This is Audrey Percival. I don't know her husband's name. I don't know her. I know her kid's name is Autumn because they literally named her channel Raising Autumn, okay? And I want to point out that they have 3 kids. But those other 3 kids are nowhere to be seen on this vlog. Is it because they don't want to be on camera? They tell their mom not to put them on camera and that Autumn can't say that? I don't know. But I wanted to point that out, okay? And so this is, their YouTube channel isn't huge. It's bigger than me, about 95,000 subscribers, but she's got over 300,000 on TikTok, which I'll show you in a minute. Holy crap, so many videos. She has 313,000 on TikTok and a ton on Instagram. So I want to just continue through this real quick.
Autumn, we're gonna go to the doctor, okay?
You're gonna be a good girl?
Yes. They might take your blood today, okay?
Give you a shot.
And give you a shot.
But you're a big girl.
But you're a big girl and you can do it. You're gonna be a good girl, you promise?
Okay, stop filming this.
Yes? Are you glad Daddy's here? He can help Mommy. There's a little walk. You know we're at the doctor.
So Autumn refused to stand up and walk, which is why he's carrying her into the doctor's office. This girl clearly doesn't like the doctor's office. These parents know that. And so what do? They pull out the camera. They know that this is going to elicit a response from the daughter who hates going to the doctor because he has to physically carry her into the doctor. So you know this is going to happen. And so if you know that and you film that knowing that you're going to get a response that's going to get you views. Okay? And that's what pisses me off about this stuff. It's not that they're trying to raise awareness to go to the doctor. Everybody goes to the effing doctor. Okay? There's no excuse for this, is what I'm telling you. What is your reasoning to show the world this? Are you saying that, well, we struggle with this, so those who struggle with it can see us struggling with it? I don't understand the logic of people who say, well, I struggle with it, so it's important for me to watch other people struggle with it. Why? Why is it important? And I hear this all the time with a lot of things, okay? With parents talking about a multitude of things when it comes to miscarriages, when it comes to medical issues. Why is it seeing other people struggle with that same thing as you helps you? was talking to my wife about this because this girl keeps popping up on my thing. And all these parents that have kids that have different difficulties in life, okay? There are many, 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 many resources for you. One of them does not have to be you filming it for money on the internet. There are tons of closed Facebook groups. There are probably groups in your own city that can get together. There is absolutely no reason to do this. That only leaves us with the, I do it because I get paid to do it excuse, which is fathering autism, which is this girl too. We're going to get into it.
You're like, screw you, Mom. Yay! Are you want to walk now, man? Like a big girl?
This is so... Okay, now you want to walk like a big girl? This is embarrassing. They've taken her dignity away because she's filming that. Now you want to walk? Now you want to walk? It's condescending. This is a mother, by the way, everybody. Now, like, we're going to carry you and embarrass you on camera. Now would you like to walk while I film this? This is what makes me so upset about this. I've had this girl on my radar for a few months. And I reached out to her. I said, hey, can you comment on anything? Of course, she's ignored me. That's fine. Why would you want to talk to me? I'm going to come after you. But as all influencers know that I cover, if you talk to me first, I will be way less apt to be angry about it because I want to hear your side. But if they want to just stay silent on their side, because to me that I feel like they have no excuse and they don't want to engage. They'd rather just ignore. And so that's why instead of talking to me, I have to draw my own conclusions, which is easy to do because they film it all.
And then he's going to fireman carry you until
This is why we use the wheelchair for long walks.
You're going to walk like a big girl.
Why didn't you bring the wheelchair then to the doctor's office instead of embarrassing her? A lot of people are like, well, she doesn't understand she's embarrassed. Yeah, well, we all see it. Okay? There's this, I talked about this with fathering autism too. One of the big issues that he overshares about Abigail in so many ways. There is no reason for people to know as much as they know about Abigail and her medical conditions. That is, I know it's not a HIPAA violation. Everybody wants to, it's not, but it's really, really not anybody's effing business at all. Again, and I will go back to this. If you want to get on camera and talk about those issues without putting her out there, cool. That is actually, I would say, important. Because you're saying, look, I have a daughter who has autism. You know what I mean? You don't have to say her name. There's no reason to prove it. And you can say, here are the issues that we go through, and here's how we overcome those issues. You don't have to film it. Again, when we take away our kids' dignities for our own selfish gain, then you are doing it wrong as a parent. That's what I'm going to say. And they just, it's like the whole walk. Chill.
Yes? Yes, okay.
How many times have you hit her head off a door and shit doing this? Because this is not safe.
Go walk like a big girl now. Hey.
She's a lot more compliant for daddy. I wonder if that's because you always have a camera stuck up her nostrils. Is that why? Maybe she doesn't like it when you have the camera on when you're around her. I'm going to be upset about this stuff, guys. This stuff triggers me. And it's not like I have a lot of experience with it, but I just see it as a dad who, if I had a kid who had autism and had issues like this, if I had a kid who lived like this, is I would love them, but I would not. I just can't. I just find it absolutely disgusting. When you know that there's a kid in every high school that you grow up in. We had a kid. His name was Chad, and he was the coolest kid ever. And he had severe autism, and I think he had IDD. Everybody loved Chad. He was always giving someone a high five or saying hi. He was the light of everybody's day. And he was just an incredible dude. Okay. I forget everybody in high school. I never forgot Chad. Right. I'm not saying I have a personal connection to these people. I'm just saying that I could not imagine taking advantage of that super amazing dude for monetary gain. And parents who do that, I get sickened by them. And so I feel the need and the urge to call it out. In for whatever justice this might bring, and possibly raise awareness, because I'm actually raising awareness, they're not, to the shit that these people will do and the lengths that they will go to make money online.
Thank you. She came around.
Okay, and she's like, of course they got a 15-minute vlog in, so they just film the whole thing. It's not even good. Your lens is dirty.
No. I think you're right.
Again, showing where they are, showing where their doctor's office is, all that kind of stuff. Come on.
Yeah. She's actually kind of listening right
Literally the address on the building. The address is on the building.
Yeah, I think you're right. be carried.
This is so inappropriate. Why are you walking into a doctor's office with a camera full blown, full on? Those people that are in there don't want to be filmed. Why are you walking into a doctor's with a... Right? This girl clearly has no concept of other people's dignity, privacy, nothing. Clearly.
Well, you know she'll just sit on the ground and won't move.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly. But I can't pick her up because she's too heavy.
You're filming other kids. You're not blanking at other kids' faces. You're just literally filming people coming out of a pharmacy and a doctor's office and not without regard for anybody's business. At the front of every doctor's office and building, there should be no filming allowed in this building. No filming. Tushpa.
Yeah, all the time. Look at the girl. Good job, Anna.
And the nurse is on camera, knows she's on camera, and has to act. Look, it's just...
Just a little hug.
So this mom is here, and the dad's here, obviously. And the dad's the one clearly stepping in, but that's not me being nice to the dad. If this dad allows this to go on, he's just as bad. So I don't know his name, I don't care for this point, but he's just as bad. But she's sitting here with the camera, talking to her. Turn the camera off and go be a mother instead. These people, too often, specifically in these issues with kids who have, who are struggling in these scenarios, too often they're sitting here like, I'm going to put a camera on and talk to you from behind the camera. It's really gross, and it creates a dynamic for parasocial relationships that's really weird. It's like these people behind the camera think that they're the one talking to her, and they are part of that. And they'll comment things like, this is amazing, and they're like part of her life. It's really, really weird. There's a girl on TikTok who said, who are these adults following these children and commenting on these children's lives? Who are these people?
Who are the millions of people who are following child accounts on Instagram? I am genuinely curious. I'm not talking about influencer accounts who occasionally feature their children. I'm talking about the accounts that are children only, like exploiting the children's lives online, and they have millions of followers. Who the fuck are these people who are following other people's children? Like, when you say it out loud, doesn't it sound strange?
Do you realize how creepy you are? Hey, there's Sam on his new heating pad. Do you like it, Sam? Hi, buddy. Are you a good boy? Oh, he loves it. He loves it. He's a good boy. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all. Okay.
So this kid clearly has so much anxiety about going to the doctor. And again, I will reiterate this one more time. And this mom knows it. And this mom will absolutely use that because she knows she's going to get a reaction on camera. Because these types of provocative videos get them lots of views.
You're 160% stronger than your brother.
It's okay, Adam. It's okay. She doesn't like anything in her ears.
Okay, and that's fine. Because a lot of kids don't like that. But you just don't have to film it. It's not even the fact that the doctor's, this doctor is actually super gentle. Seems like a nice guy, and he shouldn't be letting people to film it. But he sounds like a really good doctor. He's distracting, he's getting it done. But this does not need to be filmed, people. What educational benefit are we getting from watching this? Right? What exposure? What is this doing for people who watch it? Ugh.
It's always been like that.
Anyway. Here's the needle.
Okay,
Here's the needle.
It'll be over fast.
Okay, all done.
See, all done. All done.
Poor girl. Again, she's crying, leaving, filming. Gotta film everything.
Sticker.
They've got he's not only physically holding her really tightly, which is whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do to get the blood. There's a nurse, there's another nurse, she's filming it. This is just, does this not feel like you're just taking dignity away from someone who cannot physically and cognitively give informed consent to what you are doing and putting out there about her? Can you not understand how gross this is? I can understand if it's an adult. Okay, that's totally different. But not her and not Abby. These people are disgusting. She hates this, and I just can't watch it. I'm sorry.
No, it's all done. It's okay. Nobody likes.
Like 10 minutes of that.
Oh, she's
10 minutes of her excruciating pain getting her blood done, and mom just films the entire process with people's faces. Unbelievable.
It's all done. It's all done. Do you want huggies? You get Elsa? Let me see.
I just want to talk to you. She doesn't come near you. It's incredible to watch the body language towards this mom.
Sticker.
And note that because she has a camera on her face, talking to her like she's like, hey, do you want a huggy? Do you want a You're holding a camera. Do you not see that these kids see that stuff? They read your energy. They read the type of person you are when the camera's on, everything else. And when the camera's off, you're a different person. This is why it's important to call this out. Okay? We don't give these kids enough credit. And I'm not just talking about kids with autism, any kid, enough credit to show what we see on camera. They will never lie because they can't. They don't understand that they need to lie.
Show Mom your sticker.
Just want to show the sticker. She hates you right now.
Can I see your sticker?
Can you leave her alone for 5 effing seconds?
Are you happy now? Autumn? Yes?
Are you happy now? We got you McDonald's. You happy now? Like, there's so many parallels I'm drawing between her and fathering autism. It's just scary right now. All right, I wanted to point something out. So this is Audrey, okay? Audrey has an Instagram. I had to go way. She has a huge Instagram. She looks like an LOL doll, first of all, which is whatever. So what happened with Audrey is she started out as a fitness influencer, right? Talking about her diet, her food, and being super, like that's crazy how shredded she is, okay? Like very accomplished fitness model, right? Because she's crazy. Like it's mind-bogglingly good. Obviously, with the fake boobs and everything. But it always strikes me as odd. I went to a competition. I did a Fat Guy Beast Mode vlog, and I went to a competition with Benga. And I'm just asking him, I'm like, if these women don't have fake boobs, what happens? He's like, they just look like dudes' chests. So they get these like their body is like a flat iron rod of steel, and then there's like boobs. It's just part of the culture. They have to do it, or they look like men, and that's fine. Some men love this. I like mom bots, as you know. I like the mom bots, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this. I'm just saying. So I want to start. Here's the beginning, right? She's got one post here. It says, get involved, being a fit mom odd. I was having a conversation with my sister about who inspired and motivated my main inspiration, my daughter Autumn. At most, she was born with extra chromosome at 3 months old, started occupational physical therapy. So she starts way back, and this is 439 weeks ago. So this is 8 years ago this started. So 8 years ago, she did post, and she says, that's my inspiration. Then as you go, you see it's all about fitness. It's all about fitness and, very accomplished fitness person, shredded beyond shredded. Then there's, October's Down Syndrome Awareness Month. I get that. At that point, I'd be like, you know what? She's giving everybody, I have a daughter who has autism, and we want to bring awareness to that. I understand that. I wouldn't come after you if that was what you're doing, right? Fitness has got one of her kids here. Okay, here's another one of her kids here. Nothing crazy. At that point, cool. It's not about her kids, right? None of this is about her kids. None of it. It's about her being a fitness influencer and eating and showing her shredded back muscles and all that kind of stuff. And I love this stuff. I love that people who do this, because this stuff is inspiring to other people who want to get ripped and shredded. This stuff you should just continue on this, because this is very, very awesome, is what I'm telling you. As she grows a little bit bigger, she becomes a shredded Elsa, which is weird. Then you go up, keep scroll. It's really all about her, and how hot she thinks she is, and all that stuff, and whatever. You earned your body, show it off, right? I get that, right? Here's my ass, here's my boobs, here's my belly, and I get that. If you're gonna be a fitness influencer, it's kind of par for the course. I get it, right? Happy to look. And as you continue on, we're just gonna go. Like I'm saying, there's another post to Autumn right there, just one, right? Another one here, just quickly. Autumn is in passing in this vlog at this point, right? It's not about Autumn, because somewhere along the way, we go way to the top. I mean, this is years and years and years in the making, okay? What is happening here? Okay. Somewhere along the way, fitness just became like, maybe she wasn't growing as fast as she wanted to. And then you start seeing a little bit more of Autumn. Autumn loves to spin. This one here, she'll spice the light. Autumn starts to dance with her, right? Starts doing dances with her. Autumn starts making more of an appearance. Not the other kids, just Autumn. Autumn. Here we go. And this is about 58. This is like a year ago. So 8 years this vlog started, and then a year ago, Autumn starts to make an appearance, and her engagement starts to go way up. Look at this. Her wedding picture, 291 likes. Picture with Autumn, 1,400 plays.
Obviously, this is a very long question. So
she starts.
Pause it to read.
So this is what happens. TikTok happens, right? And then she starts making comments on Autumn. These types of videos start getting thousands and thousands of plays. Autumn, 836 plays. Autumn starts becoming the main, and then, the fitness thing, 210 likes, 213. As soon as Autumn comes in the picture again, increased likes. Workout fitness, 85 likes. Here's some oats on a scale. Autumn's in the picture, 1,600 plays. Here's a workout, 658 plays. Autumn at the doctor, 1,345. But Autumn starts becoming more and more a part of the vlog, more and more a part of the Instagram, more and more a part of TikTok and everything about TikTok, okay? And then as we get to the top, it becomes all about, now she becomes this autism mom who is like, I am the definitive answer on raising kids with autism, right? It becomes all about Autumn eventually. As we get up to the top here, there's no more, it's about a dog, Autumn, a dog. Fitness starts fading out for this lady. She's got a couple here, right? She talks about quitting drinking 7 years ago. And, she's starting to use different things in her social media. And this is what happens when you pivot. It's called a pivot, right? So your shit wasn't growing before, and then you pivot and something happens, right? People like talking about Autumn. People like me talking about my daughter with autism. And so what you do is you pivot, and when that starts giving you a ton of exposure, that's the content you start to do because it pays you money. And so now if you look at the top of the vlog, it's literally mostly about obviously her and her makeup and everything else and her doing her and being an influencer, but in Autumn as well. So it went from being all about her to all about her and Autumn now. And for someone, it's just, I want to point to this, and you can't get lost on you that someone who is about dressing up, about looking amazing, about just being me, and makeup all day long and everything else, and just being this type of influencer, that when they gravitate towards something else that grows them, it makes sense that they will just use whatever it takes to put them in the forefront. So she'll use Autumn, and then she'll use Autumn to make herself bigger. That's what I'm saying here. And so now she gets a whole bunch of comments, and it all changed. At one point, it all changed to like things like this. And if you can't see, it's because I got it blurred out. Well, I'll show you this because you can't really see her face. But she's got this CPAP mask on. Whose business is this? Whose business? And so if you look now it became about raising Autumn. Now it became about Autumn. All things Autumn now, right? Special needs family YouTuber, 98,000 subscribers, Down syndrome, autism, since November 14. So she changed it. We can go back 8 years to find out what she was doing, and then it all changed. And so now let's go to her TikTok. Let's go to her YouTube real quick. So her most recent video here is about going to doctors. Again, it's about going to the doctor, getting fitted for a CPAP mask, which is nobody's business. Again, nobody's business. 28 million views. It's not like she doesn't make a lot. She makes some money. Okay? So raising Autumn, it went about from being fitness aware to now raising, because this is what gets them views, right? And their video views aren't insane. They only have 100,000, then they're getting 25,000. It's not crazy. So if you go to her TikTok, Audrey and Autumn Percival, right? It's about Audrey and Autumn. It's not about her family. It's about Autumn. It's not about it's about both of them, right? Because Audrey wants to elevate her platform by using her daughter to give her the views. And so what she does is she does videos about Autumn, and she gets comments, right? And so hear me out. Before Autumn was put into the sphere, okay, which was about a year ago, there is no reason to do videos where you're like, don't make comments about my daughter, right? So let me show you something she did recently.
I also want you.
Okay, so here's something that's important. So she does this TikTok, says, "You really gonna let that child grow up like that and be left to rot defenseless when you pass away? Selfish AF," which is, I don't agree with that comment. But there's all these comments coming in like this that she'll comment on because it's the drama of it. She doesn't need to comment on any of these things like this.
Oh boy. If you are educated about Down syndrome, you understand it's a spectrum.
So says, I do know my cousin Brian has Down syndrome. We don't baby him, push him in a car, we make him walk. And so she comes on with her LOL eyes, and she sits here, and now she became the professional on autism, right? A lot of these parents, I get that they live with kids with Down syndrome and autism, so they feel like, I know everything about this, right? And they do know more than most who don't have kids with that, right? They do. But now she became about the drama. She became about the comments that people are leaving about Autumn. Okay? She literally put her daughter on the internet as a target. And we know the internet's full of complete and utter disgusting idiots, right? You're not going to get away from it. And so people are like, well, why is it my responsibility that those idiots are going to exist? So why can I not put my daughter on because those idiots exist? Yeah, it's because those idiots exist that you shouldn't put her on there. I'm saying it. Yes. If you have the ability to not put your kid as a target somewhere, would you put, like if and I'll say this again, if you knew that your kid was going to go out and get bullied somewhere, right? Do you send your kid there? Right? You prepare them, you go. But if you had the option, I'm not talking about school, I'm talking about like anywhere, right? If you know that if you send your kid to the park and you know that there's a kid there that's going to bully them, do you send your kid to the park? Right? Or do you know if your kid's going to get hurt or do something? Do you allow them to do that thing? So what she's doing is she's putting her kid on the internet and opening her kid up to all these comments, right? And she's like, well, no, you don't get to say that. I'm going to kick you off my platform if you do that. But you're the one who put her there and you didn't need to put her there at all. That's what I'm saying. She's the one who did this.
Some people with Down syndrome struggle physically. Some people struggle intellectually. Some struggle both. Not every single person with Down syndrome is exactly the same. And you can't treat every single person with Down syndrome exactly the same because not all of them have the exact same needs. And this
good point. So then why are you putting her out there? So then it can't be really about raising awareness to something because what you just said there negates the entire process. So if she's different than everybody else and they all are and she's right, then there's no drawing up line because they're all different. So even if everything was different, if everything was the same, it'd be different. Here's how we do this. Okay. Well, no one else deals with that specific issue because it's all different. So you're really not doing a universal help to anybody. You're just pointing out her problems, her things for the internet to tear apart. That's what you're doing.
I really don't like trying to explain myself to people that are dedicated to misunderstanding me.
And again, here we go. Ready? I don't like explaining myself. Then don't put it out there. Not your responsibility. Okay? Not her responsibility either for you to put her issues out there so that you have to come to her defense. Do you know how you know what? You could have negated that. You could have stopped this whole thing of having to come to her defense. And I'll tell you how. You ready? You got your ears on? You got your listening ears, everybody? Is don't put her information out in the internet. There was no reason for it. What benefit was it to Autumn for you to put all this on the internet? Tell me. Tell me what the benefit was. What did it do for you? What did it do for Autumn? Well, here's the answer. What did it do for you? Right? It increased your sub count and your social media presence and your money intake. What did it do for her? Absolutely nothing except that you took away her dignity. That's all it did for her. And the fact that you now have to come online and rebut all these comments about her that don't even need to be there because she didn't need to be online to be a target. And so those people who are commenting are a-holes. 112% they are. But they exist. And you put her in that sphere where those people exist when you didn't need to. That's the point. There was no reason to do it. It's not like you didn't have a choice. You absolutely have a choice. And so her whole TikTok became about this. I think she might have been following Fathering Autism at one point.
This is what we're not going to do on my page.
So did you eat a lot of junk food as a teen, or your partner did, or both? Your diet as a teen affects the long-term health of your offspring. I think she might have done a video about what Autumn eats. And we know that, with Abby too, these kids, they love food. Every kid loves food. Let's be real. But she's like, we're not going to do this. Well, you put it out there. So yeah, you are going to do it. And then responding to it, you're doing it more. Do you not understand this? She doesn't understand it. And she does though. She does understand this because this gets her more views. This gets her more things. And then she shuts the comments off on these types of videos. You don't have to put it out there. Pro tip.
We are not going to blame or shame parents of children with autism or Down syndrome.
Who's blaming you? What is she saying here? That you feed your kid unhealthy things? Well, yeah, that's if people are commenting on the absolute unhealthiness of your kid, okay, you're the one who put it out there, so it's open for discussion, right? I won't, but it is open for discussion because you're letting people see. You're creating a parasocial relationship between your fans and your kid. And so those crazy weirdo fans and adult people feel like they have a need to chime in, which don't you get how dangerous that is? And that's why you should take this shit off. But yeah, they do. You're putting it out there, lady. I don't understand this whole concept of these people who put something out there and like, oh, you don't get to say anything about that. Are you kidding me? Welcome to the internet, Grandma.
We have absolutely no control over this. Another thing I get frustrated with
What?
is people telling me that if I had gotten her early intervention earlier, she would be at a higher level. I honestly don't know how I could have gotten her earlier intervention because she started early intervention at 3 months old.
I don't believe you. Also, I think what people are alluding to is that your whole world is filmed. And we know that vloggers and these people who are influencers, they don't live a normal life. We know that with Abby, specifically fathering autism and what Priscilla do, those people are so wrapped up in their own worlds, MLMs and filming and editing and everything else that there's just no way they have time for their daughter. They brought an in-house respite worker to babysit so they could do their shit. We see that you're a fitness influencer, okay, that worked really hard because look at your body. Are you telling me that didn't take a crazy amount of your time to get your body to look like that while you're taking photos and doing videos about that stuff? Are you telling me that you were there when you needed to be there? Is that what you're telling me? Because we can see that with our own eyes, that it's likely impossible for you to get to that level without having some, and I'm not saying this is true, I'm just saying I'm making an observation that to get to the level that she was at takes an enormous amount of dedication. We're talking hours a day to get there. So that's what people are alluding to, is that maybe you weren't there when you needed to be there. And just say that. No, I was there and I did this. Except you're like, we're not going to do this and I'm going to kick you off my platform if you do that. You don't have to kick anybody off the platform if you don't create the platform that allows people to comment about this stuff. It is the internet after all. She did not start YouTube in 2017. She started in 2011. It says right on her page. The blush, chill. It's about subscribers. And again, that video was all about, we're almost at 100,000. Why does it matter if it's about bringing awareness to this? Who cares about your sub count? That right there was one of the most eye-opening videos she's ever done because she's like, please subscribe, please subscribe, please subscribe. If it's about your heart for autism and helping parents raise awareness, then you don't care about that kind of stuff. But we all know that that's not true. And I don't even go through this anymore because there's so many videos of them at the doctor. If this is about raising Autumn, why is she posting pictures of her with her like Halloween costumes or her showing off her ass and her boobs and everything else? It's not. If it's about raising Autumn, then make it about raising Autumn. But we can see right through that bullshit. It's just a facade. It's a lie because you've had this insatiable need for the last 8 years to become an influencer, to be famous for whatever reason, to be in the front of the camera, to look at me, and we can see that from the beginning. So that's why we don't think that's why most of us parents with a brain in our heads, see that it's about you and not about Autumn. And that's why it's interesting to look at this video and this channel and this social media person from the point where she's kind of early in this, right? Where she switched from being a fitness influencer to, oh, my daughter gets me views? Let's get this. Let's get to 100,000. Let's do this and let's do this. So we see all that. And it's interesting to see that and to see where she'll go from here. But don't subscribe to these types of channels, everybody. Do not look at this type of content. If you watch this stuff, you're complicit. If you create parasocial relationships with minors, specifically minors who have autism, you have something wrong in your brain. And you need to stop. You need to stop asking parents about, where is this girl? Where's Autumn today? Where's Abigail? You know, I love when she does this. And if you know more, and to the cherry on top, if you know more about that kid's medical history than most people ever should, you should give your head a shake and you should stop watching this garbage. It is nobody's business. Nobody's. And if this mom is saying, well, I need that support, I like to reach out, I like to help, there are so many closed private Facebook groups with thousands upon thousands of people going through the same thing that could use your expertise or you could use theirs. You don't need to put it on the internet for everybody to see and comment on. That's only your fault there. Audrey, whatever the hell your name is. Unbelievable. Please stop watching this stuff. Please stop making these people rich off of the backs of their children. Children who will never, ever be able to give informed consent. Ever. When it comes to fathering autism and these types of channels, that's a big deal in this channel. I hate people who do this. They are disgusting in my books. They are not good parents. They are terrible parents. And they should be called out for being that way and taking the dignity away from their children. All right? Let's take a deep breath. This is a tough one today, but we have to keep calling these people out. If there are other channels that you guys know that are doing this, reach out to me. I'll cover them. I think let's do a video or two about them so that it's out there and people who are looking them up might be able to see my video and say, well, you know what? I actually don't want to do this. I think Josh has some good points about this, and so maybe I just won't watch it. And then they'll maybe deter parents like this from doing shit like this, because it's gross. All right? I'll see you tomorrow.